You see, the thing is, I agree with you that Cabinet's motive was noble, but Cabinet's approach was not noble. Mr. Drammeh, if you wanted the citizenry to receive the tractors, you could simply go to the Janneh Commission and make a formal application, and that application would see a lot of reason, because just like you've convinced me of the nobility of giving tractors to farmers, I'm sure the Janneh Commission would have also been convinced. But instead of doing that, let me land. Instead of doing that, what Cabinet chose to do was to strong arm the commission. And in fact, Cabinet succeeded. In the face of defiance, Cabinet uprooted that defiant element.
No, I think I would even recall that the commission, they wrote a letter to I'm not too sure whether it was direct to us or via the Minister of Justice to push back on this particular directive.
Rightfully so.
And they were right.
Yes.
That's what we are saying. We consider they were right. The whole intent was noble. What we did wrong was the process. And what?
Yes, but Cabinet knew that it was doing something wrong. When it was doing something wrong.
No, this has nothing to do with Cabinet. Let's put it where it should belong.
Where should it belong?
It belongs in the office of the Secretary General in the execution of this order.
Okay, so are you taking a fall for that?
Of course, I will take responsibility for that. This is an action that we've taken. Never mind who took the action. But as a Secretary General, maybe I could have halted like I always do, go into this matter and go back and advise. But in this particular instance, that was not my consideration. It was not at the forefront of my head. What was at the forefront of my head was, let's stop this urgently so that it will benefit the farmers. Stop this thing so that it will benefit the farming community. But what would have been the point? If the tractors were sold, we would have regretted it. It will go into maybe one or two or few individuals who will, of course, make use of it, but at the expense of the general farming community. I agree. So the process was flawed. When our attention was drawn to that flawed process, we went back and corrected it.
Okay, now I appreciate your honesty, Mr. Drammeh. I must say, I will commend you for your honesty. And I will also commend you for taking responsibility for not advising the president at the right time when he needed it. I appreciate that. However, what I wish to zero in is that at the time you were advising, you mentioned that it was brought to your attention, the irregularities, but I wish to make that at the time you were acting upon those instructions, it was known to you and your colleagues in cabinet that what you were doing was an infraction of the law.
No, I will not accept that. You know why? If there was a cabinet decision to halt the sale of the tractors, the Minister of Justice, who is the custodian of the law, would have reacted naturally.
And he did, according to his evidence.
I cannot recall that. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I cannot recall that. He could have, but I cannot recall that. But if, for instance, he was part of this whole process, he wouldn't, talking about the law, he would have advised accordingly, either in writing or in whatever form he would choose to do. But I am saying, without prejudice, the cabinet, the office of the president, was not taking into consideration at that material time. I want to situate it at that material time.
Yes, but we established that at that material time, there was no It was just urgency and
No,
importance. And
it's
urgency
urgent. No,
and
no. When
importance
you
for
say
cabinet.
it's
There was no
look,
war.
look.
There was nothing
What
that warranted an abrogation of the law.
You know, in the hierarchy of decision making, when a clerk comes to the supervisor and gives message, or let's put it the other way, when a clerk receives a message from the supervisor, he will still act. When it comes from the manager directly to the clerk, it gives it greater weight. When it comes from the managing director of that particular company, it gives it added weight. So at the spur of the moment, some of all these things that you have mentioned in consideration, going through in your head, idea generation, the whole thing, gathering information, looking at alternatives, pros and cons, etc., before you subsequently take a decision, will not enter the fray. The fray was urgent and important relative to who? The farming community. I want you to underline these three things, these three imperatives.
I have.
Yeah? One imperative.
I have.
What is driving the urgency and the importance is where the message is coming from. The urgency and importance is where the message is coming from.
Okay.
But the imperative was the farming community. So if you have done wrong for the farming community, so this thing becomes, as you lawyers, the utilitarian principle. Nothing was sui generis about it at all. It was just to say, look, if we look at the terms of utility, you compare the two outcomes. Doing the greater good is to give the tractors back to the farming community, not to sell them. Not to say that selling them is it has no utility. It has, of course. Monies will be brought into the government coffers, ideally. But that other one, it has a more long-term and bearing effect for the farming community. That's why I'm arguing that, yes, it might have the semblance of impropriety. For that, correction was done, Mr. Councillor. You might not want to concede on this point, but we recognize that one, the way we acted was not the best way, and then we rectified that position. So subsequently, I'm sure the commission members are human beings. They must have listened to the Minister of Justice, if at all they halted the sales of the tractors. That would have been the consideration, isn't it?
No. In fact, the consideration was the fact that there was a back and forth between Mr. Alhaji Mamadi Kurang and Cabinet's henchman, Ibrahim Assise. And since that fracas,
Mr. Council, don't you think that word is very heavy, henchman?
I withdraw
Please.
I withdraw the word. However,
yes.
the word signifies that cabinet used its authority, its influence, to do something that was not proper. And at the time cabinet was doing it, cabinet knew exactly
I
what
want to dispel that notion that you brought in. Okay. That notion that cabinet took a decision to halt the sale of the tractors, and yet the office of the Secretary General was used to halt it. It makes no sense. Councillor, you cannot square the two. It's like a circle that you can never square. Because if cabinet has taken that decision, the directive would have gone to the Minister of Justice, nobody else. So there was no directive from cabinet, in my recollection, to halt. That was not the case. This thing came from the chief executive's desk through a messenger to the Secretary General, to the executive secretary of the commission, regardless of the back and push, etc. That is normal. That the guy will push back. We don't expect anything else. He's in local standing for, he's not representing the commission. We expect that. If they have done anything else, I would have said this thing would have stood. But the commission, yes, they are independent body, but they are Gambians. So if we appeal to the better angels of the commission, naturally, they would acquiesce to that request.
And they would have acquiesced to that request if you approach them in the appropriate manner.
I agree.
But
There's
again,
no debate. Councillor, frankly, there is no debate. We need to agree, maybe.
We agree on most things.
You are the one leading this discussion, isn't it?
That's fine. We agree on most things. What we don't agree on is at the time of the interference, whether cabinet knew that it was interfering.
I am saying that cabinet did not interfere. That's my point. That's my position.
You're saying that cabinet did not interfere?
No. Cabinet did not interfere.
Who then interfered with the sales? Because the
I'm
sales
saying
were
the president of the country, who made the message to me, was the one who is directing us. Look, let's put a stop to this. Why? What was the intention? If we put a stop to the sale of the tractors, we can now give it back to the farming community.
You keep going back to the intention.
But that is very important. That is very important.
It is important.
I know you are a lawyer. I understand the legal argument, but I also want you to look at the other dimension in terms of.
You know, Mr. Drammeh, what I wish to underscore here is that the law and the procedures of government are very simple. Yes. There's a procedure, there's a pathway to achieve whatever you want. Whatever the government wants to achieve, there's an appropriate procedure to achieve.
I think we have agreed on that, Councillor. We have
agreed that we agree
that there's a better way of doing of arriving at the same conclusion. I agree.
I don't wish to downsize it to a better and a worse way, but the right and the wrong way.
Okay.
Let's agree on that.
I can even concede on that. There is a right way.
Yes.
Because I believe in procedural justice also.
Okay.
Procedures matter.
Of course they do.
So that the outcome is justice.
It's proper. To safeguard the outcome.
For me, you can interpret it. Procedural justice matters so that the outcome at the end of the day is justice. That is outcome justice. So we have two justice from an organizational point of view. We have the procedural justice. Then you have the interactive justice so that the outcome of justice would be the best outcome for everybody. In this case,
I'm not sure that it's that complicated. I just wish to say that the procedure facilitates the substance.
It is.
Let me ask.
Maybe I'm just being too technical here, but it's just procedure. That there is a right way of doing things and there is a wrong way of doing things. I agree with you. The way we went about it was not the right way. We concede. I don't want to be, like I said, over argue this. That process we took, that procedure was not right. Yeah, it was wrong, of course. I told your investigators that was the wrong approach. But when our attention was drawn as to what we can do, we did that.
Now let's stay on that point. The proposition I'm putting to you is that when you interfered, when you did the wrong, you knew you were doing wrong.
No, I don't think so. At the material time, no.
Now let's look at it this way.
Councillor, you have to this one.
Yes.
I know at the end of the day, you are the one leading this.
Yes.
But I believe in the principle of innamal amalu binniyat wa kulli imrin ma nawa. That's what I believe in.
I'm counting the principles. This is the fourth principle you've put on the table.
Yes, because the intention.
You believe in all the principles except the law.
Actions are
the law says, Mr. Drammeh, that that nobody should interfere with the commission's work. The commission was to be independent.
We agree.
You have used all your principles. Now you've just mentioned for me. The principle you mentioned now is a principle from the Quran, I guess.
No, it's the hadith of the Prophet. The intention matters. Even the law. A law has to have intention. I'm not a lawyer.
Yes.
But if you enact a law, that law cannot be injurious to the majority of the people, isn't it? Every law is for the greater good. Isn't it? So if the president uses remember, he can also use executive power. He can invoke that.
Enlighten me how he can use executive power.
Yes. Now, if something of this urgency, like prioritarian, this is really priority in the eyes of the president, he can use his executive order.
Even if it's not under the armpit of the law?
I will, in as much as we respect the work of the commission, we would like the Minister of Justice, to intervene so that these tractors can be given back to the farming community. This is no matter how we dice it, the higher good was for the farming community. That's what it is. The process can be wrong, the procedures can be wrong, the lack of interference with the commission's work can be wrong. But what was right is the greater good, not only for the farming community, but for the macroeconomy of the Gambia. That was the overriding consideration, nothing else. Like I said, nothing else. There was no
Mr. Drammeh, would you agree with me?
Yeah.
Would you agree with me that it is very dangerous to thread along that line that you're threading about the greater good? Because what is perceived to be the greater good can differ individual to individual. You're essentially, Mr. Drammeh, in failing to do your duty and in advising the president at the material time, you are breeding a dictator in the president, because you just mentioned executive orders.
I think
I was waiting for you to substantiate that.
I think now you are stretching it too far now. That one is honestly, you are stretching it. Not
I don't
frankly,
believe so.
No, I believe so. Not for the sale of tractors. Come on.
You see?
How can we bring it?
Because you believe so and I don't believe so.
No,
there's already a difference between the both of us.
Yeah, because our positions are different.
Correct. And that's why you should have advised the president on law. Because our positions are different. We see things differently.
I'm the principal advisor to the president.
Yes.
But he also have a minister of justice who's equally an advisor to the president.
And who, according to who?
Wait. You have
according
Attorney General.
Rather, you wait, Mr. Drammeh. According to whom that advice was forthcoming on the floor of cabinet.
I am saying that whatever the Minister of Justice must have told you, I'm not questioning it, I've not seen his statement, etc. But in this specific case, halting the titles for the farmers, I think we are all in lock and step. What the problem was is the procedure, but not the outcome. We are all lock and step in agreeing that those tractors should go back to the farming community. We are all locked and step in it.
Yes, but with all due respect, Mr. Drammeh, if you are all on the same page, then you should have, why set up the Jani Commission? Just do it yourself then.
No,
but you set up a Jani Commission. Hold on, Mr. Drammeh. You set up a commission and you use the Constitution to set up the commission. And before I even make that point, what is urgent and important to the president, with all due respect to His Excellency, needs to be in the armpit of the law, because the president himself gets his authority from the Constitution.
I agree.
That Constitution is sacrosanct. Every line that is thread should be thread along that Constitution.
I am saying.
But instead,
we can go. If you like, we can continue.
Yes, I like it, but we'll continue this way.
No, if you like, we can continue on the same argument. I think we have concluded on this. Perhaps you just want to stretch it and stretch it.
Actually, we have not concluded in it.
We
have not concluded on the fact that we're still at odds on the fact that at the material time that you acted upon those instructions, you knew that it was wrong to do it.
At that material time, no, that was not the consideration. No, that is not correct.
That's fine.
You need to no, you have, except you are examining my state of mind. At that time,
yes,
nobody thought about right and wrong. All we saw is the good. That's all we saw.
So how does violating a constitution turn up to be good?
No, it can be good.
Please
Because
tell me.
look, this
Do you remember?
particular look,
I'm
this
sure. I'm
particular
sure.
this
The same
particular
person whose
parliamentary
assets you
commission.
were.
What do
The
you
same
call this thing?
person.
This
Mr. Drammeh,
huh?
the same person whose assets you were investigating
Mhm.
has said that once or twice, perhaps, that
Did
is an
he did
infraction. Let me
I
learn.
don't
Let me
know.
learn. An
Mhm.
infraction of the Constitution can end up to be good. You see, this is the statements of deluded men, because you're not
Well,
operating.
are you by any chance saying I'm deluded?
Yes, I'm saying that at the time, if you
Mhm.
acted upon instructions because of urgency and importance, aside from the Constitution, then that was a
Mr.
delusion,
Mr.
Mr. Drammeh,
Mr.
with all due
Counselor,
respect.
Mr.
Yes,
Counselor, I
yes.
honestly, I wish you all the best in your rise in your job, whether it's
Okay.
within government or in the private
Outside.
sector or
Mhm.
outside. In my whole entire career as a
Okay.
decision maker,
Yes.
we do not place decision making theories on our desk in order to take a decision, looking at every alternative angle possible. This is not in practice what happens. In practice, I'll go back to that. You can agree or disagree. The issue of urgency and importance relative to the farming community was the driving principle. That what was in our head. And we didn't see what we are doing at that material time was an infraction, or we are trying to scuttle the work of the commission. That was never our intention.
Okay,
But
Mr. Drammeh.
however,
Mr. Drammeh.
in executing this, I will concede we did not go about it in the right way. You could have done better. That is my take on this.
I'm grateful for your concession. However, I'm still sticking to this issue. And let's look at it this way. When the commission was being set up, did cabinet understand that it was being set up as an independent institution?
Mm-hmm. Hello?
Yes. Did you hear the
Yes.
question?
No. Look.
The questions will be answered, Mr. Drammeh.
What you
It's
can
easier
put
for us
whatever you
to
want
for you
in
to
your
answer.
conclusions, in your recommendation. But all I can tell you is this.
Yes.
Once I was a member of cabinet, once I was the Secretary General, there was no time that it was the intention of government to scuttle the work of the commission. That never happened. We had a faux pas, a misstep in one particular incident, and this concerned the tractors. And the overdriving objective, the intention for that halt was for the greater good. And in this greater good, if you go to every Gambian, and the majority will tell you, yes, it is better to give the tractors to the farming community rather than to selling it for individuals. So that argument that you used, the utilitarian argument, that's what I'm just putting to you. That sometimes you can apply the prioritarian principle or prioritarian ethics or utilitarian ethics or whatever ethics you would want, including Islamic ethics, to say prophetic, innamal amalu bin niyat, I will say it again, wa kulli imri'in manawa. Actions are bought by intention. Our intention was noble, perhaps our
Okay.
action was not right.
Mr. Drammeh,
Yes, please, Mr. Councillor.
we both agree that cabinet envisioned an independent commission, correct?
Correct?
We also perhaps both will agree that the discussion about tractor sales ensued in cabinet, correct?
I don't agree.
You don't agree? Fair
No.
enough. The evidence before this committee suggests, or rather indicates, in fact, that there was a discussion in cabinet and 2 cabinet conclusions, which will be sent to you after this session, were produced. And when shown to both our witnesses in Ibrahim Assise and the former Minister of Justice, they both confirmed this.
But what I want to, in fact,
I'm still on my feet. I'm still on my feet, Mr. Drammeh.
No, I just want to make it.
Furthermore, yes, you can make it. Let me just clarify a few things.
Yes.
Furthermore, the Minister of Justice clarified that on the floor of Parliament, of Cabinet, he advised that interference with the work of the Commission, the approach should not be to interfere with the approach of the Commission,
yes,
but to communicate Cabinet's mind to the Commission.
True.
Now, yes, you seem to want to say something. I would allow you to proceed.
We can go as what I wanted to know.
We can and we will.
No,
Mr. Drammeh, I'm not budging on this. Let's be clear.
Neither am I.
That's fine. That's fine. But
what I'm saying
listen,
is,
it's for you to answer the questions.
I want to make a request. Not a
Hold
question.
on, Mr. Drammeh. Okay, go on. Please make your
request.
request.
No, I just wanted to make a request.
Yes.
That if I can also have the attendance list of the cabinet conclusions, that will also help me jog my memory. That's what I wanted to request.
Okay, and I would ask the chair that
please
we ask Mr. Drammeh to produce the attendance. So Mr. Drammeh was in cabinet. He knows how to facilitate the receipt of those documents. So
thank you very much.
Honorable Chair, I make the application that Mr. Drammeh, our witness today, provide this committee with the lists of persons present in cabinet on the day.
Yeah, that would help me jog my memory.
Okay, that's fine, concern. That's fine. Right.
Nonetheless, let's answer this question. At the time, you knew that the commission was independent.
Yes.
An instruction came to you to interfere. And you gave that instruction a go-ahead without advising the president. My conclusion from the evidence and what you have told us is that at the time you were acting upon those instructions, you knew that the commission was independent, and therefore you knew that your actions were an infraction of the law.
Mr. Counsel,
yes,
I am telling you once again,
yes,
when that request came to us, we did not consider whatsoever, in small or in a big way, the independence of the commission or laws. That was not, we didn't even think about those. We are basically acting on these two things: the urgency coming from the desk of the president and its importance. That was
so what guided you to make the decision?
Wait.
No, that was I cannot wait, Mr. Drammeh, you've explained this many times.
No, then I have no other explanation to give you.
Okay, then that's fine.
I am telling you.
I will keep asking you the question.
Well,
and
I will still give you
giving me the same answer.
The same answer.
We can do that. Yes. So what guides you in making decisions is urgency and importance.
I am saying for every decision that comes before you,
yes,
it will depend on the context, the background,
and the context, exactly.
The context and all that information that you have.
Exactly, and you had the information at the time that the commission was independent.
Correct? I am telling you.
I am asking you, at the time you were making that decision.
I am also telling you that at the time.
Mr. Drammeh, it is me who is asking you the question.
No, it is me also who is answering. Okay, let me.
You will answer my questions. You will not answer your own questions.
I will answer your question in the best way I think it should be answered.
Right. I am telling you. Will listen to my questions and you will answer them.
I will not accept that kind of bullying, my friend. Yes. We've been having this thing very nicely. Please don't try to bully me. Please.
Hello, Mr. Drammeh.
I am just telling you a simple thing. Drammeh. Don't try to say you want to bully me for what? For what purpose?
Mr. Drammeh?
Yes, please.
Good. Please, Honorable.
Yes, Honorable.
I just wanted to intervene here.
Mhm.
Council is only asking about what transpired between you and your former junior staff, that's Honorable Ibrahim Sisi, regarding the information that he relayed to you
Mhm.
on the sales of the tractor.
Mhm.
So I think if your response is exactly what you are saying, I will intervene that council proceed with the testimony.
It's
And
the
then
same thing.
Okay.
It's the same answer.
Council,
It's the
can we
same answer
proceed,
I'll
please?
give
And
him.
then, yeah.
Honorable Chair, I insist that my questions must be listened to and responded to. I am not moving from this point. And if the chair wants to compel me to move from this point, I would ask that the chair takes the button. And Honorable Chair, I wish for the witness to be reprimanded in the sense that he listens to the entire question and stop interrupting the question. I am not moving from this point. And I also wish to, since the witness mentioned that it seems as if I am bullying him, to apologize if it seems that way. But I still stand on my ground that I am not moving from this point. And Mr. Drammeh, if it felt like I was bullying you, my apologies. But I wish to proceed.
Mr. Councillor, I accept your apology. And if you feel that I'm going too hard on you, I also apologize. Our objective for coming
Apology
before you.
accepted.
Yes,
But I wish for you to listen to me.
I have
My
listened
question.
to you, Mr. Councillor.
And you will
Really,
keep
I
on
have
listening
listened
to
to you.
me.
I've been very patient.
And I've
Listening.
also been very patient.
Please, let's go ahead then.
Okay.
So, Mr. Drammeh.
Yes.
Let me come in again. Now, council is asking about specific questions.
Yes.
And I think the question is about the reason why you did not advise the president. What necessitated the decision that you have taken to ask your junior to tell the secretary to hold the tractor sale? Exactly. I think that question should be answered.
Honorable, my apologies, but the technical
Frankly, I
team
have answered that question. Really.
Mr.
I
Drammeh.
have really answered that question,
Mr.
Mr.
Drammeh.
Chair and Mr. Council. I have. With all due respect to both of you,
Hello? Mr. Drammeh?
yes.
So I have intervening. I mean, I think this is the responsibility of council to be asking you questions. And I think what is asking you is specific as to what necessitated the decision you have taken, not to advise the president on that specific issue. I think that is a reflection that we need to answer as well, so that we can move away from here. Okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, that's go ahead, please.
Am I supposed to answer? Councillor, please don't try to bully me. No.
Okay,
I might be a
I will not
retired
try.
Secretary General, but I still read some difference. Don't you think so?
No,
you don't have to be hot.
I'm very.
Like you call us. No, please don't.
I'm very impressed by how many principles that you still retain.
No, it's
and
not
I would definitely come for lessons after this session.
No, it's not a question of principle. I'm just trying to tell you in the best way possible. Yeah, I'm trying to give you my answers as honestly as as possible.
Okay, that's fine. Can I ask the question now?
Please.
Very well. At the time the decision to act on the instruction was made, were you aware that the commission was independent?
Of course.
You were aware?
Yes.
And that meant that they make their own decisions?
Yes.
That meant that no influence, undue influence could come from outside of the commission?
I agree.
What stopped the government, let me ask it this way. What stopped you from advising the president in approaching the commission in the appropriate manner and not doing it in a clandestine manner as it was done?
Clandestine is too strong a word, Mr. Council. I want you to withdraw that.
I don't think I can withdraw this one.
No,
This one is an appropriate word.
No, it is abusive in my view. Really. It is
Okay.
very abusive.
I withdraw clandestine and I replace it with improper manner.
I can agree with you
very
with that.
improper
When you say it's
manner.
improper, I agree. I have no sweat with those kind of words.
My
Mr.
question is
Counsel,
not for you to agree, but why?
like I said, I'm repeating myself again. When the Secretary of Cabinet gave me this message, I was in a meeting and I told him, I instructed him, please proceed. At that material time, I did not consider all these issues that you have raised. Not at that material time, no. But subsequently, our attention was drawn. And we agreed personally. I said, told the Minister of Justice, yes, that was a mistake. We will redirect our letter to you. And that was done.
You see, I'll still take you back because I don't believe you have answered my question. And Mr. Drammeh, with all due respect, I know you understand my question very well.
Frankly, Mr. Councillor, there is nothing else I can tell you. This is my answer. I was there in a meeting, like I told you, with the.
So your answer is that you did not know at the time you were following the instructions that it was something wrong.
No, at the time, no, I did not consider it. No, I did not consider it at that material.
Considering it and knowing are two different things, Mr. Drammeh.
Look, at that specific time, I did not consider all these issues you've raised.
We understand, and that's why we're questioning you on that particular time, because you did not consider it. But you knew. That is my question. You knew.
No, of course we knew that we shouldn't interfere with the commission.
But that is the question that you
are. But
I
have said that
in Mr.
Councillor.
No, you did not.
Mr. Councillor,
this is the first time you are saying.
No, you were not listening to me. You didn't want to hear what I was telling you. I told you, we knew the independence of the commission. We knew we shouldn't interfere with the commission. I told you this.
I knew time, and that was at the time that
not even at the time. We knew all along. We shouldn't interfere with the commission's work. We knew. We've always known.
So you knew it was wrong when you were doing it?
Of course, we knew that at that material time we shouldn't be taking that kind of action. If we had known that, we wouldn't have done it. We did not consider it.
Thank you.
At that material time, we did not consider it.
No, now you're going back to consider, but you're already giving my answer. It's okay.
No, I have given you the same thing, that we knew the commission was independent. We knew all the news. Bringing all the news to the power 10. We knew all the news. Yeah? But at that particular time, moment in time, no. We didn't give it consideration. You are the lawyers. That's why I'm not afraid of Allahira.
The law is for the lawyers only.
Yeah,
Cabinet does not have to follow the law.
No, it's only for you people.
And cabinet doesn't follow the law.
Cabinet follows the law to the letter, as far as I can remember.
Except for this instance.
This particular instance, it was not the what was considered. Frankly, it was not. It was, sometimes when you are in this kind of position, there are a lot of things that you deal with, isn't it?
I can appreciate that, yes.
Yes, there are a lot of things. There are a lot of contradictions you navigate. I told you guys, there are a lot of paradoxes that you navigate. But not only that, there are always tensions in decision making that you have to take without being contentious, like we are doing right now. Tension, but not to be contentious. And that's why I appreciate the apology. So one doesn't have to be contentious. For me, I know you are doing your job, which I respect. But I also want you to listen to me as you are going to eventually with the whole commissioners, because it's not only you, my counselor, but it's the committee, for the committee to understand
Precisely.
The driving factor in this case, the intention was never to scuttle the work of the commission. The intention was never to interfere with the commission. The intention was not to belittle the commission, but the intention was very noble.
You
The
know,
overriding intention to the commissioners is the fact that those tractors were needed for the farming community. That was the driving principle.
you know, Mr. Drammeh, where I live, we need roads. When it rains, the roads are terrible.
True.
Like, you cannot plow them.
True.
And since we are blessed with a president who builds roads, I could also easily say that the greater good is for us not to hold an election come 2026.
Because
let's allow His Excellency to build more roads to 2031 without holding an election. It's best for the greater good.
I think that's
it will benefit me to rely on. If I can finish my statement without interruption.
Please.
It would benefit me and everybody that's in my neighborhood. We are a lot. It's the greater good because it benefits a great number of Gambians. But it's wrong.
You know, you are giving me a hypothetical situation.
But you gave me
I am giving you a practical situation on the
where you defied the law, where you ignored the law. A practical situation where you ignored the law.
Well, Mr. Counsel, I don't think I have any more thing to say on this matter, apart from what I've already said.
Okay. You can repeat what you say because not answering is also an infraction of the law.
Well,
if I bring that to your attention.
Well, to the best of my ability, I've given you my answers, and my answers remain the same.
Okay. Your answer was already given, and I'm satisfied with your answer, that at the time, you knew it was wrong, but we still went ahead. That's fine. We can proceed. Now, despite knowing it was wrong, first of all, before I go any further, how was the instruction brought? Was it through word of mouth, or was any minutes produced?
No, word of mouth. Word of mouth.
And then you instructed the Secretary to Cabinet to contact the Executive Secretary. Correct?
Yes, please.
And whose decision was it to bypass the Ministry of Justice in that? Because Cabinet had designated the Ministry of Justice to be the liaison institution with the Commission. So why weren't they in the picture in this particular instance?
Well, I think it goes back to the same thing. Like we said, at that material time, we didn't give any other consideration apart from acting on this instruction that came to me.
You see, the reason I asked how Cabinet conclusions are dealt with is because, as you alluded, once the conclusion is made, it's sent to the relevant ministry to deal with it.
Yes.
This also, an instruction could have been sent to the Ministry of Justice with a caption urgent.
Yeah.
To deal with it.
On hindsight is 2020.
Yes, indeed, hindsight is 2020. But I believe the Wolof say sometimes do they yombe nono.
No.
And this one do yombe nono because you could see where you were going. You could see that this is an independent institution that was interfacing with one ministry. One ministry dealt with it for everything, for funds, personnel, resources, communication, everything except for this instance. What made it so special?
You know, I have the Secrecy Act is still relevant to me.
Yes.
But I want to also tell you, not in specific terms, but in general terms, where things can happen and the Minister of Justice will draw our attention. Well, that's why, remember, we are a team. And if you are in a team, you bring in different skills, isn't it? Complementary skills.
Complementary skills, of course.
Isn't it?
Yes.
And where one part of government does not see something at a particular instance, another part would draw their attention. You follow? And these things is in the act of decision making and of the government business. But I want to tell you that if cabinet made a decision to halt the sale of those tractors, it will definitely not come to the Secretary General. It will, that conclusion will be sent directly to the Ministry of Justice to act upon in the best way they know how. But this thing was not the case, except you say you'll be sending me the cabinet conclusions.
Yes.
I was never present in any cabinet meeting that conclusions were drawn to halt the sale of tractors. I can't recall that.
And I don't believe I mentioned that the conclusions had that effect. Did I?
I'm just saying.
Yes.
I'm just saying, answering your question, that if cabinet took a decision to halt the sale of the tractors, it would have gone to the Minister of Justice. In this case, it was not the case. That's what I'm trying to emphasize.
Okay.
The two scenarios were different.
All right. Before acting, did you seek any legal opinion about interfering with the ongoing process itself?
No, we did not.
You did not?
No.
Okay. Now, I still have to contend with the fact that your recollection is that the instructions came through Mr. Ibrahim Assise.
Precisely.
And Mr. Ibrahim Assise's recollections is that the instructions came through you.
Yes. So somebody has to be the arbitrator here, isn't it?
I guess that would be the committee then.
Exactly.
And for all we can do is discuss on how and what you remember.
Because for me, my recollection of that day is what I told you. Precisely that.
Yeah. Okay. We'll proceed, but I wish to make just a few remarks.
Yes.
My remarks are that, you see, when the president was coming into office, he swore upon the Quran, correct? He swore upon the Quran, or would he have affirmed, to uphold the Constitution. You see, the irony is that the person who you're saying sent you a message that is urgent and important has a duty to the same Constitution you sidelined and negated to advise him on. He has that duty because it's that Constitution that puts both you and him in the positions you are in. But that was sidelined and ignored because your principal deemed something urgent and important.
What do you want me to say, Mr. Counselor?
You need not say anything.
Thank you.
Okay. So after that instruction, Mr. Cisse then went on the ground to disperse the crowd. His evidence is that when he went on the ground, he looked for Mr. Alhaji Mamadi Quran. And before actually, I did something skip my mind, Mr. Drammeh, just to put to you that a third account from Mr. Alhaji Mamadi Quran places the phone call, the way Mr. Ibrahim Assise narrated it, is corroborated by Mr. Alhaji Mamadi Quran, because Mr. Alhaji Mamadi Quran, in his recollection, received a phone call while he was at the central bank or a bank. And he was defiant to the instructions he got on the phone. And then subsequently, he met your subordinate on the ground. So it is in line with Mr. Ibrahim Sisse's testimony that a phone call was placed. However, Mr. Sisse's recollection was that the phone call was placed through your phone in your office.
It could
I
be.
would ask.
No, it could be, like I said.
Oh, now it could
be.
Okay. I see.
Mr. Councillor.
Yeah.
I have nothing to gain from this, about from telling you the truth. I was in this meeting when this particular action was in progress.
Which meeting?
He could use my telephone. He could use his telephone. All I know, I instructed him to continue with the directive. So whichever way he did it was up to him. But whether it was my telephone, or whether it's his, I cannot recall that. Because I have no liaison with Al-Haji Quran in any shape or form.
Okay.
Then and now. Never. We've never had that commission, apart from the fact in those days when I was lecturing at the GTTI and he was also a lecturer there, we will stand and talk. Apart from that, nothing in this world bring us together. Nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, Mr. Sisse went, and of course, he would have reported back to you.
Yes.
What was the report?
Now that is fuzzy. Perhaps he succeeded in stopping the sale at the time. I'm not too sure now. But at any rate, the Attorney General consulted me. He called me directly and said the way you guys are going about this thing is wrong. And we agreed. We conceded to that, and we actually apologized. Sorry.
There was no concession. There was rather an acknowledgement, because that was something you knew already. It was not a concession. It was an acknowledgement that yes, it was wrong.
What?
You just mentioned. Yes.
You want to throw my words? Okay, that was an acknowledgement that it was wrong.
I don't wish to feed you words. I'm just.
No, I think you are feeding me concession, acknowledgement. They are all the same in my vocabulary.
Okay, in my vocabulary, they are not. A concession would mean that you held a different position.
No, we
oblivious to a
okay, we acknowledge. Thank you.
You acknowledge because you knew it was wrong from.
We acknowledge that it was wrong.
Okay.
And then we retraced our steps and then did what was right.
Okay. Honorable Chair, I note that the lunchtime looms us. I don't know whether this is a convenient time for the committee to take.
You want me to come back to this commission again?
Yes, in an hour or so. And we promise that this time the technique.
Council, I'm not a very healthy person like you there. So already.
That's even better for you to take a break then. That's even better for you to take a break.
And off the records, don't try to bully me, Mr. Councillor.
Okay, no problem. Honorable Chair, is that something that?
Yeah. That's a convenient time for us to break, and we can come back at
an hour is fine. 3:30 Gambian time. Yes.
3:30.
So I'm not sure what time it is, Mr. Drammeh.
That will be 5:30.
I promise I wouldn't go for long after that.
No, I know you will continue to go long, Mr. Councillor. Now, are you on the record or off the record?
I'm still on the. We're still on the record.
Let me put it this way. Now, sir, we will stand down for break, and we'll come back at 3:30 for continuation. All right, meeting will adjourn now.
Okay.